Hey, what's up YouTube? Comic Free for Life here with a video about a card discussion on Nightbeam. A glare is showing you this card, Nightbeam. Now, if you read this card, it says, target 1, set spell trap card your opponent controls, destroy that target. Your opponent cannot activate the targeted card in response to this card's activation. So, we're going to go over the pros and the cons, and we'll see whether you should run this card or not. So, first off, on the pro side, it is a MST that isn't a quick play, but your opponent can't chain it. So, let's see. Let's go over the pros. Your opponent cannot chain the card you target with this to this card. Second, it's another MST, so if you're already running 3 MST, you can run 3 of these too. Let's see, what other good things you can do with it. You can set it. It can be a bluff, and it helps you get rid of more back row. So there's decks that OTK oriented, and they need to get rid of back row, because back row will make them lose if they don't know what it is. So running a lot of back row removal, such as Nightbeam and MST, will help them make sure there's nothing that's going to keep them from OTKing besides hand traps. Let's see. Those are pretty much all the pros I can think of. The cons. Let's see. There's the cons on this side. This side's cons. So, cons, it's not a quick play. You cannot activate it during your opponent's turn if you set it. You cannot target face-up spell or trap cards. It says face-down. And another big thing that people don't realize, if you read the card, it says, your opponent cannot activate targeted card in response to this card's activation. The targeted card cannot be the targeted card cannot be chained in response to this. It doesn't say a different card not targeted by this can't be chained to this. So what pretty much you could do, say you're playing Chain Burn, and say I target your face-down Secret Barrel, I can chain my face-down Reckless Greed to this, because the card says only the targeted card can't be chained to it. So you can chain Reckless Greed to the targeting, and then you can chain your Secret Barrel to your Reckless Greed, because it only says the targeted card can't be chained in response to this card. You can chain it in response to a different card that wasn't targeted by this. So pretty much if you have multiple cards that you can still chain them. You just can't chain it directly in response to this. You can chain it in response to another card you chained in response, if you know what I'm saying. Let's see, other cons, it's a lot of cards to run, and if you're not going to run 3 MST and 3 Nightbeam, you have to choose whether you want to run more MST or more Nightbeam, or all MST or all Nightbeam. So it's not always the best thing to have, per se. So once again, let's go over the pros. Pros, gives you more back row removal. Your opponent cannot chain that targeted card in response to this. And the cons are, can't target face-up spell cards. You can chain something not targeted by this to this, and then chain the targeted card to that card that you chain to. And you have to choose whether, and it's not a quick play, you can't activate it during your opponent's turn, and you have to choose whether to run this or MST, unless you're running all 3 of these and 3 MSTs. So, this is a card discussion on this card, Nightbeam, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys got some insight on the card, whether you should run it or not. And yeah, that's it. Card destruction on Nightbeam. This is Comic Free for Life, keeping it real, signing out.